Hi, today I'm going to be talking about Chopin's fourth prelude in E minor. This prelude is part of a set of 24 preludes in all 24 major and minor keys. This prelude by Chopin's request was played by Franz Liszt on an organ during Chopin's funeral. Because of its very tragic and sad nature, it fits for that occasion, I believe. The tempo marking is largo and it is in cut time. Now the melody here is very simple. It comprises of two notes. So the B natural, and then it kind of leans to C natural, and then it falls back to B again, and then again to C, and then falls back down, and then this one more time, and then to B, and then it falls to B flat, and then to A, and then back to B, A, and then to B again, and then falls back to A, and then this motion is speeded up to a dotted rhythm. It's A and then G sharp. And then there's this turn. And then the same motion but and two notes apart. And then there's this short unvirtuosic cadenza. I think that this beginning melody, there's a lot of these chromatic sighing figures. A sigh, another sigh, and all this sighing. This sighing is sort of a very tragic, sort of very slow, and it very much contributes to the overall very solemn mood of this piece. Now this half note relationship has always been associated with something very sad. For example, the medieval chant Dies Irae, which is this Dies Irae. There's this half step here. And also a more famous piece, and a newer one, Beethoven's Feuerlied. Is A minor, and there's a sort of semitone slow trill, and then it's back to the first part again, and then it's the same melody until the fourth measure where the dotted rhythms come back and it goes up, and now it's forte. And it falls back in this sort of very organic way. And it almost feels like someone is weeping very loudly. It's as if like it's a cry of pain. And then the same motion again. And then there's this fermata rest, and then there is this short cadence, which ends the prelude. Now the harmony in the left hand, it is in three parts, top, middle, bottom, and it starts with this E minor chord with the third as the bass. Now this harmony, it's very interesting because it's not like just any sort of harmony. It's actually all these three voices fall down quite chromatically, although some intervals are whole notes. And these three voices, they fall down each in a different kind of pattern and sort of in different times. And it falls back naturally. It doesn't fall in sort of very mechanical way, and it falls in sort of like the rhythm changes a little here and there, and some voice falls and the next voice falls and so on. Now the first chord, the bottom two voices fall, and then the top voice, then the bottom falls, and then the top, and then the middle, and then the bottom, middle, top, top, middle, bottom, bottom, middle, top, and then both the bottom, and then the top, and then the bottom, middle, and then from here it stops going down and it goes back up slightly. And then there's a sort of exchange between these two chords. And then that one ends in a dominant 7 chord, and then the cadenza comes, and then the chord is back. And it's the same from the top until this point, until the top and the bottom falls at the same time. And then the middle, bottom, bottom, middle, top, and then now from here it doesn't fall scale wise, it falls with sort of a step and then slight chromaticism, and then this dominant beat, and then the accompaniment. Now it's less falling downwards, but it's more like it suits very well with the character of this climactic part. And then so there's this short break of the sequential falling down. Until here. Now here it resembles this part in measure 10 when it was back and forth with these two chords. Now here it's similar. Now desepticated to C, and then there's a B flat. So C major, and then C7, A minor. And then there's E major, which very quickly turns back to E minor, and then there's this chord, C7. And it's very interesting to see this because this is very unusual harmony. And then there's a very simple cadential 2 measures, pianissimo. Yes. Overall, this character, the piece is very tragic, and it's a sort of very tragic simplicity. Most of the piece is piano, which makes this outburst all the more dramatic. Yes, it's very dramatic. Now Chopin connects all these notes with all of these legato lines, and these phrases are unnaturally long. So the first phrase of the right hand, it lasts 8 measures. And the phrase of the left hand, the chords, it lasts for 12 measures. And there's sort of less long slurs during this cadential part, this cadenza like part. And then the phrase comes back, and then now the right hand, it lasts for 6 measures, and then the left hand lasts for 4 measures until here, and then this phrase goes all the way until this surprising C7. Now, Hans von Bülow called this prelude suffocation. I can very clearly see why this prelude, all of these harmonies are very unusual, and this dissonance endlessly goes, and it's very painful to listen to. So much so that critics of Chopin's time, when they first heard this prelude, many of them said that this prelude isn't actual music, but it's just random noise, because of these chords that were so unconventional at that time, because of the way they fall down very chromatically, and it's all very modern and very new at that time. So maybe it's a suffocation where you can't exactly find the way out, and you're suffocating in this dissonance and this pain. Now here, the suffocation ends and it dies down. There's this mozzando, which means to die away. And I'd like to imagine that the person dies here. This melody, it's mozzando and it dies away. Now these last 2 measures, I wouldn't say this is the same melody we have heard for the majority of the piece. I would say this is just more of a afterthought, like a close. But I think the actual melody ends here, this chord, when it dies away. Now from here on, whoever this person is has died, and now this is kind of like a maybe sort of amen kind of. Now I will play for you this prelude. It's 26 measures, it's not very long. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button.